Well, we recently did a video on the big picture for carbon storage, but let's have a look specifically at the UK and have a look at the carbon storage licenses where the awards were made on the 15th of September 2023. Now, here are the areas that these new carbon storage licenses cover. You can see they're up in the northern North Sea, right up here. They're in the sort of outer Moray Firth region, a lot in the southern North Sea, and one here in the Irish Sea. So first, let's look at the northern North Sea. Now, one of the major operators in this region is Enquest, and they operate the Thistle field, which is now ceased production. Also, they operated the Heather field just off to the south of this map here, and they operate the producing Magnus oil field in here. Now, they've applied for 4 licenses, covering the Magnus area, the Thistle area, and this area here, which is actually sort of the Taka Britanni acreage here, a series of oil fields on this Turnida Ridge, but it's actually expected that these fields will be ceasing production by 2024, so any plans for sequestration of carbon would be at some subsequent future time. When we did our prediction video, we kind of suggested, yeah, it was going to be Enquest, and sure enough, we got that bit right. In the central North Sea, there were 2 awards here shown. These areas were awarded to Storiga, formerly known as Pale Blue Dot, Shell and Harbour Energy, formerly Chrysaor, and they are basically an extension to the ongoing Storiga Acorn project, which is in this area here in sort of this lilac colour, and sort of a backup area here, which is a very, very large area that covers a lot of former oil fields. You can see up here from all the way down south: Balmoral, Brenda, Blenheim, Nickel, Burley, Bladen, and of course Dumbarton and Lochranza and Balloch. So a lot in here, and all of this sort of flattened ground spare area. So yeah, we predicted that one right as well. In the East Irish Sea, well, 1 license was awarded, and that was awarded to Spirit Energy. They already operate the Morecambe gas field, and yeah, no surprises, we got that one right as well. On the southern North Sea, the areas in dark purple, these were the areas awarded. There was other parts in light purple that weren't awarded, and you can see we made some predictions in here. We got some right, but we didn't know on some of them and weren't sure, and some of them, well, we didn't quite pick them right. Never mind. Let's have a look at those in a bit more detail. There were 14 licenses awarded to 7 license groups. So looking a bit more detail, 3 licenses to Perenco and Carbon Catalyst, CSO9 license here. This is the Poseidon project. Vintage Aldea have now farmed into that opportunity, and in Orion, that's these 2 blocks here, we have Sumitomo who have actually joined the group. Orion project, well, it's looking to store carbon dioxide, which is going to be gathered in the Humberside areas. And it consists of former gas fields, so it consists of basically the Amethyst gas field and the West Sale gas field. The idea is to actually put pipelines out to these 2 places from a Dimlington CO2 processing plant, which will be gathering from various sources in and around the Humberside area. Poseidon, well, that's further to the south, and it's actually looking to the former Le Mans gas field to store carbon dioxide. The idea here would be that there would be pipeline from Bagdon and a gathering station on the North Kent coast, and then piped out. Also potential for offshore tanker loading from continental Europe and elsewhere. So that's the idea behind Poseidon. Neptune have been awarded 3 licenses. They're in this region here. So 2 on their own, 1 with ESSO. Harbour Energy, along with BP, I've got 2 licenses, this 23 and 24 here, alongside an existing licensed area. Well, Shell and ESSO have been awarded 3 licenses, 26 and 27. Well, they're located here in the sort of the Indefatigable area. 28, this is the area that's actually west of Amethyst. It's actually up onto the shelf on the platform, quite close to the coast, and again, quite a lot closer to some of the big industrial centres around Humberside. One license each to Eni, Senergia and BP. Eni, they've gone down here, they've got this block here, which is basically the Greater Hewitt area, and there it is on the map. For Senergia, they're in a partnership with Wintershall Dea, and they're in the 19 block, which is just located down here in the southern region. Near Le Mans. And finally BP, along with Equinor. Not really sure what that one's all about, but it looks like it's northwest of Kilmar. Is that a Bunter sandstone target in there? Synergia, they're an Australian energy company with interests in India and the UK. So in all, 21 licenses shared by a total of 14 companies. There's the list. Almost 10% of total UK greenhouse gas emissions could be stored in new license locations. Well, if it all works out, yes, they could. Bacton could be an energy transition hub, home to carbon storage, offshore wind and hydrogen production. These are all the statements made in the NSTA release. So let's take a quick look at the ongoing projects. So this is the Liverpool Bay CCS project. Pause the video to have a look at all the features in and around that area currently being planned for development. Acorn, this is Storiga and Shell, and you can see that the idea, again, pause the video. Here's Acorn itself, and now with the award of this region here, which is called the East May area, up on the sort of Fladden Ground Spare, this is potentially a backup area or an expansion store for the Acorn project. Here is the East Coast Cluster. Lots of names out here. The Northern Endurance Partnership. It's a project that's looking to get the emitters in the Teesside area along with the emitters in the Humberside area. There's also potential for hydrogen, as there has been in some of these other projects we've described. For Viking CCS, well, this is again looking in the Humber region, using the Immingham Industrial Centre, taking the carbon dioxide here to Thedlethorpe, the old gas importing terminal or processing terminal, using existing pipelines to take it out here to storage sites out in the southern North Sea. So I missed the recent conference that was reviewing all of the activity that's ongoing, but been lots of planning. There's been a 3D in the East Irish Sea, and there was some appraisal drilling back in time on endurance in the southern North Sea, but has there anything else actually been done? I know there's lots of planning and talk, some very nice cartoons, but there really isn't any cutting of steel, laying pipes, platforms, still in the very much in the planning and pre-FID stage. So supposedly up and running by 2030. We'll wait and watch, and we'll report back as we see developments. So there's going to be some pretty complicated commercial arrangements that are going to have to be put in place between the source owners, they're the producers onshore, the emitters. There's going to be the transport owners, and there's going to be the store owners. Now, at what basis? Is it going to be on some kind of send or pay? Is it going to be some kind of contract for difference? Which works for the government? Which works for the companies? It is, at the end of the day, waste disposal. There's no value in the final product. It's a regulated industry. It's going to be small profits and low return on investment, so not as attractive as perhaps an oil or gas or a resource project. Who's going to pay for CCS? Well, I think we know the answer to this, and if you think about it, I think you know the answer too. We are. Thank you for watching. I hope you found that interesting. Please hit the like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Hope to see you back on our channel before too long. Bye for now. Balmoral, Brenda, Blenheim,